There's a shocker of an incident that has emerged from Maharashtra. There were two girls aged 3 and 4 and they were sexually abused at a school in Maharashtra in Badlapur by a cleaning staff on 12th of August. The assault took place when the girls went to use the school toilet. There was no female staff that was appointed by the school for the girls' toilet, and the accused Akshay Shinde was later appointed on 1st of August on contractual basis. The assaulter was revealed when a girl complained of pain in her private parts. She later told her parents that the accused touched her private parts when she had gone to use the toilet. Her parents then contacted the parents of the girl's friend. That's how they got to know about the friend, who was also scared to go to school for the same reason. The parents then got the girls examined by the local doctor, who revealed that they had both been sexually assaulted. A massive protest broke out when parents of the abused girls and the local residents blocked railway tracks at Badlapur railway station and vandalized a nearby school building. The demonstration was organized to express outrage over the incident and to call for severe punishment for the accused. Akshay Shinde was arrested on 17th of August after the girls' parents pressed for a formal complaint despite an initial delay in filing the FIR. Meanwhile, the court has extended the custody of the accused until 26th of August. Well, yet another gruesome case comes to fore. I'm going to get joining me on the telecast right now is Padma Shri Advocate Ujjwal Nigam. He's a senior lawyer joining me on the telecast. These incidents are not far and few in number. This keeps happening in our country, but you know, the shocking revelation that has come forth is this is a school where this incident has taken place, where you have to have all the checks and balances in place, safety of the students, of the children in place. The girls were 2 years old, 3 years old and 4 year old respectively, and the fact that there was this brazen attempt that was made by the sweeper who had been appointed. He was systematically raping them, sexually assaulting them, and the incident has only come to light just a few days ago. How do we curb this menace? Who should be held accountable for this?
Indeed, it's a very gruesome incident which had occurred in that school, and on the backdrop of this incident, really certain questions are being cropped up. So far as the minor girls and the boys are concerned, while taking them to the washroom from the classroom, what additional measures are required to be taken? Now you see, by taking and having the additional measures, see, they can escape the liability on the ground that it's not working, CCTV footage has bad images, there was no electric current, etc. But I think we'll require to make amendment in the POCSO Act itself for bringing the school management criminally responsible if at all they won't pay much attention and they won't take care of these primary precautionary measures. So the incident which had occurred in Badlapur is an eye-opener for taking the precautions, and now yet the police have not yet, they are investigating the crime, and we have to give them some time. But unfortunately in this whole episode again the politics is being played. That is again a very nasty thing. See, concerned political parties should refrain from making any statement which would unnecessarily intervene or interfere in the investigation.
You're absolutely right, sir. Advocate Nigam, at the same point, here, this is the responsibility, the onus lies on the principal, the school management, the trustees who have been lackadaisical, I'm sorry to say, in ensuring the safety and security of the children.
Yes, I'm of the candid opinion that unless we'll bring the legislation in the POCSO itself by making certain amendments, because unless they will hold criminally liable, I won't say that they can conspire, but certainly for not attending these basic things also should be punishable, so that such type of incident can be averted. Number one. Number two, you see, while keeping the servants for carrying these minor children to the washroom, not only the CCTV footage, but their attendance also, their signature on the muster should be taken by the class teacher. Though it will take a time to do all these things, but now this is a need of the time, and I think the government will pay serious attention. Not only the Maharashtra government, but throughout the country, this is a burning issue, should be taken at top priority.
How do you view this? You know, you have this rape and murder that has taken place in Kolkata of this trainee doctor. This has gotten out of control. The entire country at this point of time is enraged. There you see a Badlapur incident such as this, where these innocent minors, 3-year-old, 4-year-old girls, they are just being sexually abused, and I'm sure this must not have been the first of such incidents. The fact that it has just come to light, and the lackadaisical attitude once again of the system, which is, you know, comes glaringly in front of you, and it sort of numbs you, it shocks you, it also then forces you to ask your question that where are your children safe? Do you keep them shut inside your homes? Do you not let them step out? And if that's what the parents would have to do to safeguard the lives and the security of their loved ones, of their children, of the girls particularly, is this not a violation of their basic right to live?
Certainly you are right. We can't put such a horrible restriction, I would say, on the children, but certainly the parents also should take a note. They should gain the confidence of the children. So far as the Badlapur incident, that girl has made a complaint to the mother saying that she had some irritation in a private part. That is the reason as to, then she made a deep inquiry in the matter. My question is, nowadays most of the mothers, they don't pay much serious attention to the complaints of the small children. They think that, oh no, this is not correct, what you are talking, rubbish and all these things. So at least the mother should tell their small kids what is meant by private part, and all this education should be given the home, because, and they should be the kids should be told by the mother, look, if anybody will touch the private part, then it is inappropriate. You should resist, you should tell her mother or teacher immediately. Especially what I found in the villages, such things happen very rampantly, and the kids never made any complaint to the parents because they don't have that much bridge, communication gap between the elderly person, father, mother, and the children. So that the gap is to be removed by the children. That is my reading, because I have conducted number of sex assault cases of the minor, as well as in the Shakti Mill gang rape case in Mumbai, then the Koperty rapes, in so many cases in the Maharashtra also. So what my observation is that there is some communication between the kids and their parents. This is number one. Number two is kids should be told very categorically, look, what is appropriate and what is inappropriate. So they should understand the meaning, what is bad, what is good, and all these things.
Yes, absolutely.
So
but at this point in time, I'm imagining the plight of that 3-year-old. She's gone to the washroom. She needs help. She's just a mere child, a toddler. And even if she was taught good touch, bad touch, and she would have definitely not liked what was being done to her body by this man, this sweeper over there. It would have been very, very easy for the sweeper to shut her mouth and just carry on doing the heinous act that he was.
Yeah. Yes, you are right. Certainly right. So that is why this had opened. But this had opened after 2 days. There was a delay of 2 days. So in a criminal trial, delay is important. Again, there is a grievance that police did not register the complaint of the parent immediately. They were asked to keep waiting. So of course the government has taken a serious action against those police officer who did not take the FIR immediately. I think the government has taken immediate steps in the matter, but unfortunately again in the Maharashtra, in Badlapur incident, the politics is being played. Yesterday only in the night, I have received a communication from the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Fadnavis, and the Home Minister, who is in charge of the home folio, and he told me that I should accept this matter and appear in the PP. But immediately the politics has started. The opposite political leader said that Mr. Nikam won't give the justice to us, and so many things. So in such a heinous crime, nobody should look from that political angle. I can understand if anybody doesn't pay attention to the case, then they should be taken seriously.
Okay, stay on with me, sir. I'm also being joined by Sudhakar. Mr. Sudhakar, who is the former IG of the Maharashtra Police. Sudhakar ji, how terrible a breach of safety norms, security norms that any school in any part of the world must have to then see not one incident of sexual abuse emerging out of this particular institute, but there are two of them at the same time. There could be many more. Could you please unmute yourself, sir? Okay, we'll try to figure that connection out without. I also have with me Shamshravish Ren. She's a Supreme Court lawyer. Shamsharif, let's hear it from you about, one thing is that this incident has taken place. It's quite another where a school where the parents are trusting the teachers, the trustees, the principal, hoping that everything has been thoroughly checked, everyone has been vetted, so that they send their kids in the hopes and prayers that when the kid returns home, he will be or she will be safeguarded in that duration of time, in that, I don't know, 5 hours, 6 hours, this time that is spent in schools. Now, and so when such an incident happens, and then you talk about teaching your children about good touch and bad touch, or you're talking about the parents' irresponsibility in not being able to teach the kids the values that need to be inculcated, the alarm bells that need to be sounded. Is this then again, how are we saying that this is the responsibility of the child for her not having raised the matter, and because the child is still a minor, it becomes the responsibility of the parent that this has not been done?
There is a major flaw in the people's mind who say that every time something such kind of a thing happened, it is a problem of the girl or the family or the parents of the girl. No, it's not. The mindset of these men is not ready to change at all. And because of making such kind of a statement that it is always the girl's fault or the family's fault, they keep on, giving them kind of a push that yes, you can do it because it will always be the girl's fault. It's not. So it is a major problem with them that how can the girls were so young, they were so small kids going to their school. If the kids do anything wrong, even if they lose their simple water bottle, they are very scared of their parents that they will be slapped or something like that. So this is a big thing that has happened. I don't know how my parents are going to react to it. So this becomes a fear in every child's mind कि कैसे बताऊं, कब बताऊं, कहीं ये मेरा स्कूल में जाना बंद ना हो जाए, पिटाई ना हो. There are a lot of things that actually come up to the kids' mind. That's why the incident happened on 13th and the complaint on the 16th. Because they were so scared that something such big kind of a thing happened. But then again, in schools also, the principal, the college, the school, and the college owners have to understand society is really bad. Men are going from bad to worse now. So for that, they have to understand that every place there needs to be a camera. There should be proper safety thing over there. Outside every washroom, even in a school, you should have a staff over there, a female staff, so that she can tell that whether this washroom is clean or not, or she could keep a track of it. You have young kids in the schools, you have young girls in the colleges, and there are no basic facility in these schools and these colleges.
No, you're absolutely
So
right.
that is the
But then
major flaw.
you're talking about, you're talking about security, you're talking about CCTV cameras. Here you have in schools and in schools and colleges, you don't have proper, blackboards. You don't have computer systems for students to study. You don't have desks to sit on. You don't have proper water facilities. You don't have proper toilets. So when you can't even provide for all these things, and then thinking about if such is the state of affairs in a school, and then you have a sexual abuse case such as this that comes out of Badlapur over here in this particular school, it might not come as a shocker because you're anyway just fighting and trying to figure out how to make things work, and there you have it, a sexual abuse case that comes to fore. You're clearly not equipped to handle it one way or the other.
Yes, I would strongly agree to everything that you have said. That the government, and let me tell you, it's such a major problem that everyone who is joining politics, whosoever is actually sitting there, is firstly taking care of their own pocket. You have to invest in schools, you have to invest in the infrastructure. They are not doing it just because it is your fundamental right that a kid should have till the age of 14. You have mandatory education for everyone. So you have just opened a school randomly. You are not putting any money in that school. Even teachers also, the kind of videos we actually see on that online platforms and all, the kind of teachers over there who doesn't know how to even speak. There's no Hindi, there's no English. They are sleeping in the school. They are eating from the kids' lunch box. You have to evaluate. Government really have to invest a lot of money in education and the system.
Okay.
You can't say कि नहीं पैसा नहीं है. पैसा बहुत है.
Okay.
Sorry.
All
yeah.
right. Dr. Nisha Khanna, she's a senior psychologist on the telecast with me. Dr. Khanna, for all those who are saying about how the kids were not trained to tell their parents as soon as the incident took place, this is about good touch and bad touch. There has been a delay in filing the complaint, keep the parents getting to know about what actually happened to the child, and the child then going about and going to the police office, police station and filing the complaint. But here I want to understand, the psychology of a child. You've just been born. It's been 3 years of your entire life on the face of this earth. You don't know nothing from anything. You don't even know what has happened to you. And then you are expected to raise an alarm, as if this is something that a parent or any person who is responsible for you, whether it is a teacher or the principal or the peon or whosoever it is are people that you should be going and telling them to. So what is it that is going on in the mind of the child when they are forced to face these atrocious acts on their bodies?
The basic very small, and it's very not normal for the kids to communicate such sort of things to the parents even. So how you can put it the fault on the kid? There is no fault of the kid in that ways, because kid has no knowledge or idea about all these things, what is about to happen or what is happening with the kid. So somewhere I would say in this particular case, the school is on the management is biggerly responsible on the on this particular case. Appointing that person who was working there as a washerman or cleaning part. So I would again also point it out, it is society as a large, we have to think that these things are keep happening, but now are being reported to police and are being highlighted. Earlier also, long time back in the societies, these things were happening, but even the kids were not communicating to their parents also. Even they communicate to their parents or mothers also, the mothers mostly shut their mouth about not to communicate to anyone. But here I think so I should appreciate the mother's part also, when child communicated to the mother and mother got highlighted and took the child to the doctor, and definitely this case is highlighted and we are talking about this. Because in counseling, when we do these such sort of molestation cases, I would say every second day in my clinic or in my hospital, I am seeing it. Whether it is a man or a woman or as a child, they have more or less. I would say every day, most of the time I see one or particular case related to this such incidents. One thing is that child is not only trained about this, but what is happening to the child, and somewhere I think so we called as sexual predators psychology, we have to identify such sort of people when we are putting on the jobs. I would say here the management I am putting again irresponsible, because they put such a sort of people on this such job, and how the kids are being protective in that environment. Because parents as a kid, there are lots of parents who are not I would say feel comfortable around their maids, around their servants, around their drivers, because of such incidents, because they keep listening and hearing about such stories, or either they have personal experiences in the past about such things. I would say first of all, we have to identify teaching kid a good or bad touch, whether the good and bad
Okay.
touch happening to them, or to they are allowing them to touch their private parts. It's also important, but definitely here, whoever we are in our surroundings, we should find the sexual predators signs or symptoms who have such intentions, because they have the guts to do this thing on certain extent.
Okay.
We need to find the red flag.
Okay, all right. Let's have Mr. Sudhakar back on the telecast if he can hear us now. And how do you view this? How should the Maharashtra police handle this case, sir?
No, I have nothing to do with this case, but I would say one thing. We are all responsible. The parents are responsible. The administration of the school is responsible. Even the police are responsible. Everyone has this role to play. Now, say, if there is a lack of communication and faith between the child and the parent, the child naturally won't confide, won't tell. What about the precautionary measures to be taken by the management? What about the preventive actions to be taken? What about the preventive actions to be taken by the police? And action after the incident has taken place. Actually, everybody has some role to play. And it appears that everyone has failed. As far as police are concerned, police must visit every school, college, communicate, have contacts with the students, with the parents, with their teachers, everyone. Police is nothing, they're not that only they have to deal with the criminals and all that. They are part of the society, and I believe in social policing. Now here, the complaint was, it is reported that the complaint was not entertained immediately. There was a delay. And the way the situation was handled, it appears that the citizens, the public had no faith in police. Police couldn't prevent them from indulging into violence and destroying public property and all that. Why is it happening? There is no fear of law. So I'll blame police and judiciary also. Today, what is happening? Law-abiding citizens are more scared of law than the lawbreakers. I think now every one of us has to wake up and stand up against any such activities.
Okay.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.